Music there coming to you from Davido and Tiwa Salvage, and of course the show you're listening to at this moment is African Cocktail. Like I said earlier on, we shall be having the producer of Victimize. Victimize is an upcoming Cameroonian movie that has been shot as we speak in Maryland. At exactly 20 minutes past 11, we hear producer Kenneth Ngamne and his director are live on the airwaves of Africa Radio, ready to tell us how far they've gone with this much talked about and much awaited production. Kenneth Ngamne, you're welcome to African Cocktail.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ernest. It's a pleasure always talking to you.
Should I call you Kenneth Ngamne today, or I should call you Ken Shali Monet?
I think Ken Shalimon sounds romantic. What do you think?
Okay, no problem. Ken Shalimon is the producer of Victimize, an upcoming Cameroonian movie. It's coming after The Storm, which was launched earlier this year. Kenneth, you are 5 days old on set in Maryland. So how has it been so far?
Well, going through production is not easy, with the running up and down, left to right, but the good thing is when you have the right people to work with, you definitely have to hit it right. So that is why, one of the things that I'm extremely happy and proud of is that I have a very good organization team, which is headed by my able director, Mr. Ephraim Jijoma, DGN. Yeah, so with somebody like him, he's putting everything on check, and right now I'm talking, we are already on set shooting, and already, out of my expectation, we are already about 80% into the movie, so we might possibly have to end all of production even earlier than the time that we thought.
Right. Ken, let me just find out this. You live in Minnesota, yet you move to Maryland to do a production. I can begin to imagine how difficult it is to move from your base and you engage in such a huge production, away from home.
Yeah, it is really, because, keeping leaving the family back in Minnesota, my kids, they call me all the time, they cry over the phone, they miss daddy, my wife and stuff. So, but again, they know that daddy is working, and normally if you have the love and passion for movie production and what I do, then definitely you have to sacrifice that time to do it. So I have to sacrifice the time, sacrifice family, sacrifice work, and by God's grace, we are heading there. So, yeah, it's a time worth sacrificing, and I'm not really regretting the fact that I came here to do this production just like I did when I was shooting The Storm.
Right. So, logistically, human resource wise, would you say all is satisfactory?
I'm that kind of a person who never say everything is 100%, but at least I know that we are on a very good footing.
Okay, on a good footing, and we hope that everything will move on smoothly. Is there any particular thing you would say has marked you so far since you started shooting this movie last Saturday?
So far, I would say that I was far more than impressed with the cast. My expectations, they exceeded my expectations. What I was expecting from them, it's far more than what I was expecting. Again, like I said, it's thanks to the fact that, you work with people who already know the arts, because if there's any decision that I made about this production, is the kind of person that I choose to direct my movie. So I'm extremely happy and proud about what he's doing.
And let me turn to your director who is with you. Good morning, sir.
Okay, one moment. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Director.
Good morning, sir.
So how are you doing?
I'm okay, sir. And you?
I'm fine, we thank God. So for my listeners who haven't come across you yet, could you just tell them who you are again?
Okay, my name is Chejina Ephraim Onyemechi. The award-winning producer and the assistant director of A Beautiful Soul. I'm a 2009 nominated movie and the City award-winning movie in Nigeria.
Right.
I am a graduate of Mass Communication Department from IMT Enugu, Nigeria. I've been in the industry for almost 15 years. Igodo, the popular Igodo movie was my first movie. I've done about 250 films. I started as a production assistant. Then from production assistant to production coordinator.
Right.
From production coordinator to continuity. I won an award 2003 in Nigeria as the best continuity from the Censor Board of Nigeria twice, 2003 and 2004.
Right.
Then from continuity to assistant director. Then from assistant director, I started directing 2009. I've done hit movies like Lost Hero, Heal My Soul. Then that same 2009, I did Beautiful Soul, which gave me 3 awards. Presently, I'm in America because I came here to join my wife.
Right.
She's here. So because, I'm a proud Africa.
Definitely.
That is not proud of his color is not fit to live.
Sure.
I'm here to tell Nigeria's story. I'm here to tell African story.
Right.
In our own way. When you talk about Nollywood has to do with Cameroon, all African countries involved. So when I came here, I met Mr. Ken, who has been a good actor.
Right.
When he told me about the story, what moves me is not just money, it's about the story. So when I read the story that we are doing now, so I was impressed because if you've seen Beautiful Soul, they have, it's not just a story, it's not just an ordinary story. It's a story with facts.
Right.
You understand what I mean?
Sure. And so you've been on set with actors and other crew members for the past 5 days. How has it been going so far? How is the relationship with these people on location? Could you just describe how the atmosphere has been?
When opportunity meet with preparation, it results into success.
Right.
I've taken my time with Ken to plan the pre-production very well. Take our time, months, like 2 to 3 months, do the pre-production aspect. Plan for everything, do the schedule, all the props, all the things, car props, welfare, location, costumes, makeup. Now that the production is on. So we don't need to like anything. We are moving smoothly. Everything is moving everywhere. We are working with, in as much as people are busy here.
Right.
Taking their time to come and be with us, to give us the best. Things are moving accordingly.
I should also assume that you're meeting some of the artists for the very first time. How has it been? Does it flow with these actors?
It's different here. It's different here. We've taken our time to do audition before this job. We didn't just meet them.
Okay. Right. That's impressive.
We have a target. We have a target. We want to bring Hollywood to Nollywood. We want Hollywood to appreciate what we are doing.
Right.
So we can't just see people on the road and pick them to come and be featured in our movies.
Okay.
And the producer, he has been here before I joined him to audition all our cast before me coming to meet them and then do rehearsal with them before we start shoot. We didn't just take them and start, because see, in America here, it's not like Africa or Nigeria where people can be free. They can give you like 1 week. Here, people work. So you have to plan to favor their schedule.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Director. We hope to have you again on this show before the end of this production, at least before this film is premiered. Let me go back to Kenneth and run off this very quick conversation. Kenneth, are you still there?
Okay, hold on. Hello?
Yes, Kenneth, I just want to find out from you, how much time do you still have to put in, at least for this first phase of production?
Well, so far right now, the cut-off date for the shooting is the 29th of this month. So, God's willing and by God's grace, we might be able to be done with the project before the 29th. So, possibly before the 29th, we might be done with production, and I should be back in Minnesota by that 29th.
And post-production is going to begin soon after filming?
Yeah, immediately after filming, we're going to start post-production. So there's a huge possibility the movie can start hitting the wave before we hit the end of August.
All right. So we expect to have this movie out in the market sometimes in, is it September?
Possibly. I will not say yes, but I will not say, neither will I say no, but I will say possibly, owing to the fact that you don't unforeseen circumstances, we have a very good plan. We've scheduled everything from now up to the time of post-production. So by God's grace and God's willing, September, we should be out.
Right. Kenneth, one last question before you go away. How different is Victimize with the one you already did? I'm talking about The Storm.
Well, the first thing is that you know me very well, and most people that know me when it comes to writing my stories, I take my time to write them, and you know The Storm is a very good story. The difference is that there are two different stories telling two different situations, but the similarity is that it's a very strong story, just as The Storm. And the same ways that The Storm created, Victimize is going to create. But again, I'm going to tell you that the wave that Victimize is going to create is going to be far bigger than The Storm. And my reason is the fact that it's not only because that the story of Victimize is more intense, more tight, and more beautiful than the story of The Storm. It is based on the fact that, on the difference of the people that I'm working with on the set of Victimize.
Right.
Again, the organization and the nature of working and the production style of my current director gives me enough reason, because it's not like my previous director was not good. He was good. He did a very good job with The Storm. But the style that I'm using to work on Victimize, I believe that it is more intense and more tight than I did when I did The Storm. So for that, another important thing is the locations. His choice of locations, like a couple of locations that I pointed, which he turned down, and then we had to change and go to different locations that suit each of the scenes that we are shooting. So his choice of location, his choice of where we have to shoot, of who to shoot, of the costuming, going through the costumes, taking time to make sure that the actors and actresses wear the right costumes for the right scenes. You know, those are the things that I'm very impressed about, and that's the difference that I'm going to see with The Storm.
I would also add, Kenneth, that progress demands that every next production should be better than the previous one. Who are the actors featuring in this one, Kenneth?
In this one right now, I have a South African lady who is playing my lead. Her name is Desiree A.Y. And I'm the lead male character.
Right.
And I'm playing the role of Jones. Then I have the producer of Deep Sea Diving, him and his wife, Mr. Joe Kometa, and the wife, Ima Tabot. We were playing. Then I have Ejike Okoye, who is a popular Nigerian actor. He's also featuring the movie. I have a Guinean producer, Trina, who is also coming into the movie. I have Seal Anim. Seal Anim is a Cameroonian actress, very beautiful and talented actress who had played in Nollywood movies before relocating to the U.S. And coincidentally, Mr. Ephraim used to be her director when she was in Nigeria. And then I have Clara Fernando, who is coming all the way from Connecticut, who was a recent nominated actress for the NAFCA award. And then I have a young Jose, who is also a Cameroonian and a very good actor. So we have a very beautiful cast. You know, we have a very beautiful cast. I have Natalie B, who is coming in. I have Stella Icon, who came all the way from Houston. So we have Mata Tungong, which we all know and what he did on The Storm. So we have a very, very beautiful cast, and we have people who already know the art and with our expertise and again, not to let you know that the director of productions, the photographer is none other than Mr. Christopher Okonkwo, who shot The Storm. So you know, we have a very intense and huge team, and the thing I'm really happy and proud about is that the people that I'm working with right now, they are people who are already in the arts, and they already know what they have to give to the director. So shooting is going very smoothly because he's not having a lot of difficulties trying to change their style of shooting, because he's seeing how they're doing and they're giving him what he wants.
A very huge team comprising of actors with talents and, of course, technicians with lots of expertise. Kenneth, thank you so much. I'm going to leave you so that you go back and manage some logistical issues out there. And of course, I'm also going to leave Ephraim Chiajina to go and continue calling the shots. Thank you so much for interrupting your work this morning to tell us about what's going on out there. We hope to have you again subsequently on this show.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ernest.
Okay, his name is Kenneth Ngamne, producer of an upcoming Cameroonian movie known as Victimize. And for those of you who have just joined in, you are listening to the 58th edition of African Cocktail, coming to you from Africa Radio with your friend Ernest Kanjo. Let's have some music, then we'll move back to Maryland and meet our main guest.